on this show. We're going to move it to the NBA because on Saturday night, it went down. The dunk contest and all the all-star festivities that would happen. Yesterday was the all-star game. You had the three-point contest on Saturday, the skills challenge, and the dunk contest. And, man, I'm not going to lie. This cat, Mac McClung, he saved the NBA, okay, at least for that night. But the question here is, did Mac McClung save the NBA dunk contest, period? And, Zach, once again, you can kick it off.
Yeah, Lil. So it's funny with Mac McClung, right? I remember 5-6 years ago being in high school and hearing about this, 6-foot white kid that is just dunking over everyone, and no one had any idea who he was. And then he played college basketball at Georgetown. Same thing. He's dunking over people, transfers to Texas Tech, and there is no doubt he is an elite dunker. And even though Mac McClung might not technically be like a real NBA player, he's a G League player, he proved on Saturday that night that he belonged in the NBA slam dunk contest. And I think if the NBA was smart, they would really take this opportunity to try to help save the dunk contest. I think the way I would answer the question is on Saturday night, yes, Mac McClung did save the dunk contest, because if it wasn't for him, that would have been one of the worst and hard to watch dunk contests I've ever seen. But I think the NBA has a real opportunity here, and I'll explain to you what I mean. I was looking over the past fields. Like, there is no doubt sometime in the last 10 to 15 years, the dunk contest and really just overall All-Star weekend has taken a significant step back. Like, it really felt like back in the day, and I'm not trying to sound old here, but you and I both remember the All-Star weekend and the skills contest from 10, 15 years ago, and it is not the same as the way it is right now. And they're like Jericho Sims. I know we're Knick guys. We love him. He's a really good young player. But all of America and all of Utah, they're not trying to watch Jericho Sims in the dunk contest. The same thing could be said for Kenyon Martin Jr., Trey Murphy. Like, come on, what are we doing here? So I believe, I looked at it back. Like, guys like Amari Stoudemire, Richard Jefferson, like guys that aren't necessarily superstars, but guys that were legitimately good and relevant NBA players, like Jason Richardson. He was involved in one of the best dunk contests ever. Like, those dunk contests, even though the stars of the stars weren't in it, it was still pretty good. And there was a time where Michael Jordan participated in the dunk contest. A young Kobe Bryant participated in the dunk contest. Like, Vince Carter, the best dunker of all time. How could I forget? Like, there are plenty of superstars that have done this, but sometime in the last 10 to 15 years, like, that's fallen off. And I think we both know kind of the main culprit for that. It's LeBron James. There was a good 3-4 year stretch where everyone was looking at him. It's like, LeBron, now's your time. Like, are you ever going to do this? And I think he kind of paved the way for the stars of today's generation to realize, like, yeah, it's not really a priority. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, why wouldn't Ja Morant want to participate in the dunk contest? Like, why wouldn't Zion Williamson want to participate in the dunk contest? And I guess the answer for me would be, we've made everything about ring culture and just have prioritized winning a championship so much that it's all about the brand and you don't want to get hurt. And I get that. But I do have an idea for the NBA. I think Mac McClung and the performance that he put on Saturday night, it's a major opportunity. The NBA has to take this and run with it and say, Mac, you're going to be our guy to market around the dunk contest for the next 10 to 15 years, because there's no doubt he belonged and he put on a show on Saturday night. That was awesome. So my idea for the NBA is challenge anyone. Talk to your sponsors, get Sprite, whoever, $2 million on the line, and challenge anyone. Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, LeBron James. Like, anyone can challenge Mac McClung in the dunk contest next year, because he showed that he belongs there and he balled out. What a performance. So if I'm the NBA, I'm challenging anyone, any player, any superstar. Talk to your sponsors, get like $3 million, $4 million, $2 million on the line, and just market it. Mac McClung versus Ja Morant, the people's champ against the NBA's champ, the NBA superstar. And I think that even though the dunk contest might have not been officially saved by Mac McClung on Saturday night, like for good, he did save the 2023 dunk contest on Saturday. And I think the NBA has a major opportunity here to bring back the dunk contest, just market all Mac McClung, show off all the sick, insane dunks he was able to do, and put a lot of money on the line. And hopefully that's how you get the superstar players to participate, because I think that's what we all want to see. We want to see the superstars, the big names, the best players in the world participate in it. And I think maybe, just maybe, Mac McClung could help them out with that.
I mean, look, I'm gonna respond to a lot about what you said. I think for me, when you talk about the stars like John Morant saying I'm never going to participate, I think it tells me all I need to know. Like you made a point, about ring culture, and obviously we know ring culture and what that is the reason why we see a lot of trade requests. The NBA, I'm gonna talk a lot more about the NBA in my take for 99 cent because Lord and mercy, man. The NBA, I got an issue. Y'all got to clean up plenty of issues. I'm gonna talk about that later on, but this is one of the issues right here. And I think for me, when you talk about why is it that NBA superstars or stars are not participating, well, I would say this. If it's about ring culture, but you have Dame and Steph and Clay who participates in the three-point contest. Obviously, Steph didn't this year because of the injury. Clay didn't, but Dame did, and he won it, right? So we could participate in the three-point contest. We could participate in the skills, but we can't do the dunk that pay the bills. Okay, I think I know what it is. It's the same reason why superstars don't want to play for the New York Knicks. Same reason. It's because they don't want to deal with the pressure. When you talk about the dunk contest, there's a lot of pressure. It's not about in-game dunks. The in-game dunks don't matter. It's about creativity. It's about presentation. All those things combined. And it's sacred. So while guys like being at the dunk contest from the sideline, just like how guys like to play in MSG, but don't want to play in MSG for good and don't want to play in the dunk contest, it's the same reason. They don't want to deal with the pressure. We are dealing with individuals that are soft. Okay, it's a soft generation with soft athletes. Get out there, Ja. Get out there, Zion. Do your thing. Why y'all scared? Be creative. And that's the thing for me because the dunk contest, bro, is about creativity. And Mac McClung, he showed that. He showed creativity. He did a reverse dunk, over two people, tapping the backboard and dunking it. Lots of creativity, man. And it's like guys don't have that. And they don't want to deal with the pressure of trying to fail in front of people, right? It's a lot of pressure. So that's why they're able to do the other contests, right? And there's another thing that I want to mention because I thought this dunk contest obviously was saved by Mac McClung. I don't think he saved the NBA dunk contest period, but this year he saved it because you talk about Jericho Sims. I mean, he did the most basic dunks I ever seen in my life. I'm like, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? The guy over here dusting his shoulders off, like, bro, what are you doing? That was basic, right? Kenyon Martin, I thought he had a chance to win, but his props, the guys that were helping him out, they did a terrible job. It doomed him. So it was no competition. And we can't say that he's going to save it because we watched a dunk contest for a dunk off competition, not one guy lighting it up and making it do what it do. And wow. It's about the Zach LaVine versus the Aaron Gordon. That's what I want to see. I want to see a dunk off. I want to see guys going at each other, trying to outdo each other. Not just one guy still in the show while the other guys suck and one guy's doing a basic dunk. And shout out to my guy, Jericho Sims. He played for my Knicks. I was full of him. But my God, can you not be so basic? Hand through the rim. Wow. I'm enlightened. I want to see a dunk off. I want to see competition. So to your point about, putting the money behind Mac McClung, I agree. I don't think that's a bad idea. But I'm going to tell you a conspiracy theory. You're going to get one from me from every show. Okay. And this is going to be the one. Don't forget that come May, I believe it was May 19th. I don't got the exact date, but I know it's in May 2023. In a couple months from now, the remake of White Man Can't Jump is coming out. So when I put two and two together, I got four. And I'm saying to myself, maybe they're trying to promote that movie because I haven't seen plenty white dudes in the dunk contest, bro, until yesterday. So ironically, when White Man Can't Jump Part 2 is coming out in a couple months, they decide to give my guy Mac a call. I don't know, Zach. Listen, man, you know how I feel. You know how I see things from a mathematical perspective in life. You can't give me that opportunity to put two and two together. You can't. So I don't know if they're going to put the money behind him for more. I think they saw it as capitalism for that movie that's coming out. And that's why they strategically put him in there. But I agree in the sense that they should put money behind him to keep bringing him back and see who's going to take that title from him.
Yeah, I'll respond to that. If that is what the NBA is doing and they don't plan to include Mac McClung in the dunk contest in the next few years, then the dunk contest is officially dead because they have a golden opportunity here, a real asset in Mac McClung to try and help save this thing. Because I'm looking at just some of the past winners from, the last 10, 20 years, and there are a lot of recognizable names like even Dwight Howard and Nate Robinson and, Vince Carter we mentioned, like Michael Jordan did it. Like every star player did it at least once, not every year, but at least once until LeBron James just never did it. And I'm telling you, like, I think this is a reason why a lot of the stars today feel like it's okay that they don't have to do it because,
That's a
like,
good point.
LeBron James was the guy. Like LeBron James in a dunk contest, that would have been the most viewed dunk contest in the history of the NBA. And I don't even know how the NBA didn't get involved and say, look, like, I know you might not want to do it, but as the star of the league, the face of the NBA, do it at least once. And since that 3-4 year span when he didn't participate, like it hasn't really been the same. Like we haven't really seen the top notch players. So I think a lot of it has to do with the era we live in today. Everyone views themselves as a brand, and I get it. They want to do the most with their NBA career. They don't want to get hurt over something that big picture doesn't really matter. But if you're the league, this is one of your signature events. Like no one turned on All-Star Weekend to watch Jericho Sims or Kenyon Martin Jr. Like it would always feel to me like the All-Star game would be a must-watch event because you have all the celebrities, all the rappers and the actors and the actresses sitting courtside. Even during the skills contest, you would have the other stars who weren't playing or participating. You would see them sitting courtside. Like, where was Nikola Jokic on Saturday night? I didn't see him. Where was Luka Doncic on Saturday night? I didn't see him. Like, I think the NBA needs to do a better job of making this a big event so we view it as a big event because it's hard to watch these guys like Jericho Sims and Kenyon Martin Jr. Like, no offense to them, but that's not why we're here. We're trying to watch. It's All-Star Weekend. We want to see the All-Stars.
Literally. And I think that's a very good point about LeBron James not doing it. Listen, LeBron James has a lot of power in the NBA, and we can't underestimate the power he has. He has immense power, and the power goes way beyond what we actually know or think we know. He has a lot of power. Okay, this is the same guy that went to Barack Obama and other cats when it came to shutting the season down in the bubble. He has that type of power where he could talk to the president and ask for the president's advice. So when you talk about the culture that he started with this requesting trades, and not, I won't say he requested a trade, he went to free agency, but it sparked, guys going to super teams and creating super teams, which then sparked this trade request culture that we're talking about right now. Everything was a trickle down effect from LeBron. If LeBron didn't go to Miami, Kevin Durant doesn't go to the Warriors. If LeBron participates in the dunk contest, you're going to see Zion, you're going to see Ja. I'm pretty sure you will see these guys participate in these events. So I agree 100% and wholeheartedly that LeBron James, by him not doing it at that time, because obviously we ain't going to watch no 38-year-old try to do this. I mean, shoot, it's better than Jericho Sims. Don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure at his age, he's not going to do it. In his prime, if he did it, it would continue to set the mark. And that's why when you have power, you need to use it. But it came to this diva. I won't say diva. Like I said, I think it's pressure. Pressure to be creative. Pressure for the presentation. Pressure to not fail. Pressure to not get hurt. It's a lot of pressure. Just like how playing for the New York Knicks is a lot of pressure. Guys don't want to deal with that pressure. That's a real thing. We live in a generation of NBA players that want the easy route. They don't want to take the hard route. They don't want to do nothing they're gonna come out their way to try to do. They want it easy. They want it made. And that's why we see the issue that we have. And one more point that I want to bring up. Right now, to be honest, if the NBA don't fix this and see opportunity and cash up on it, then the 3-point contest is going to be the main event and the main attraction.
Yeah, I had a similar thought going into the contest on Saturday, but again, Mac McClung, he really did his part. He really saved this thing, and I'm telling you, the NBA, like, if they start marketing it like right when next season starts, Mac McClung versus Ja Morant for $3 million in a dunk contest, and just keep marketing that until we get to the All-Star break. Like, that would be an event I think people would want to see. I would watch it. I would take time out of my day to watch it. And I think a lot of other basketball fans would. But I just don't know, as you said, like if today's stars and today's athletes who kind of have everything already as all-stars, like everyone wants to go to All-Star Weekend and, come Saturday night dressed up really nicely and looking good and taking all the pictures, but no one actually wants to participate in the events. And, Michael Jordan did the dunk contest. The pressure didn't get to him. Kobe Bryant, he did the dunk contest. It didn't get to him. Vince Carter, on and on and on. But something happened in the last 10, 15 years that changed it. And I think we know what it is because we just spoke about it.
And it's all going to tie into my take for 99 cents, because it's the same issue that we having with load management. It's the same issue that we having with trade requests. There's a shift, and there's one person to blame for that, and that's Adam Silver. And I'm going to get into all that later on. But Zach, my one proposal that I have, and I like yours, so I'm not even going to throw yours under the rug. I like it a lot. I actually will co-sign that. I think for me, my proposal before this year was, I remember, I'm not sure if you noticed it, but during TNT, I think it was after the playoff games, they would have these dunkers from all over the world compete for a check, and these cats was nice. I'm not gonna lie, these cats was crazy nice, better than anything we ever saw in the NBA. Why not play those guys to do that? That's what I thought heading into this year, because these are professional dunkers. What they do is dunk. They don't do these up. They don't play the games. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't play real basketball. They dunk. They specialize in dunks. Why not have professional dunkers participate in the contest? If this guy, Mac McClung, who is a G League guy, could come and take over the dunk contest, and we don't know much about him, you can get a professional dunker who does this professionally for a check. He'd definitely, listen, you know how much money this cat made on Saturday? He made twice as much. Actually, he made the same amount in one night that he made in his yearly salary in the G League. Shoot, I don't even know how to dunk. You give me 100K, I'm up there. I'm up there. I'm up there. If you want to offer me 100K, me and Zach, we up there. Okay? 99 dunks. Okay? For $99. Shoot, I'm in there. But I say that to say, if you could get these professional dunkers out there, these guys that do it professionally, get them to do it. Adam Silver, man, use your brain, bruv. Use your brain. You got a lot to do. You got a lot to fix here. And it starts with this.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. And I have heard that idea floated out by a lot of people. My only thing with it, and I think it would be really interesting, but it's like, that's not solving our problem of stars not participating. Like, I think it would be super entertaining. And I think, they're really talented, and there's no doubt they would blow probably most NBA players out of the water with their dunks, because they're literally just professional dunkers. They don't have to focus on the other aspects of playing basketball. And I do think it would be really entertaining, but I want to see the stars. Like, I want to see the top name NBA players. It's All-Star Weekend. Like, I don't want to see Jericho Sims or, no offense, but like, I'm sure these dunkers are really nice, but like, I want to see NBA stars that I'm familiar with, That shouldn't be that complicated.
I agree with you 100%, bro. I want to see Ja Morant and Zion as much as you going head to head. You think about how much that will market, like how much of a headline you could run through that? Ja Morant versus Zion Williamson, the number 1 overall pick versus the number 2 overall pick, going at it at the dunk contest. That'd be better than any game they play through the regular season.
I agree.
Literally.